you have a home that you've been looking to get out of but needed repairs and other issues stop you from a traditional sale, our next guest can help. Real estate investor, buyer, and broker Lathe Lavada. He has helped countless families get out from under, hassle-free, and move on with their life. Lathe joins us now with more. It's great having you back, my friend.
Thank you.
All right, so why should a seller choose to sell to an investor like yourself rather than putting it on the market with an agent?
Well, there's a lot of reasons for that. Usually the seller is facing a hardship, like a divorce, a death in the family. Maybe they've inherited an unwanted home, or they've had a job relocation, and it requires them to move from the property. And that's where selling to a cash investor like myself becomes very necessary.
Particularly when you inherit a home, it seems like you get the home and maybe somebody that was living there didn't update it for many, many years. You walk in, there's a lot of things that need to get fixed. I'm assuming that's some of the hardship that you see with these homes.
It is. A lot of these homes need massive repairs, and the seller just can't afford to complete them. And with all of the different repairs that need to be done, it takes too long a lot of times. So a lot of sellers in a hardship like that. We had one seller that was facing cancer and had to move over to Chicago to get treatment, and we were able to close that transaction in as little as 3 days for him.
Wow!
And when you're going through something like that, you don't want to be messing around with all the repairs and things like that. And the buyers can't even purchase these properties a lot of times because they have bare floors, the roof is in such disrepair. They can't get a loan on them, and they don't have money to put into them. That's where I come in. I buy the house, I remodel it, put it back on the market, and it's a win-win for everybody.
No question. When you are moving, though, the act of moving is the worst. I mean, it really is, especially if you're moving stuff that's like these big entertainment centers or couches that you're just not going to be keeping around. Can you help us with that process at all?
Yeah, and in fact, a lot of times we tell the sellers, just leave what you don't want and we'll take care of the rest.
People have actually left cars for you before.
They have. We opened the garage and there it was. It's shiny, old, on no wheels, but that was okay. We took care of it for the seller. It helped them, and we were moving stuff out of the property anyway because we're remodeling it. So we really like to make it a seamless, smooth transaction for the sellers, because when they call us, they really are in need, and there's a house that's in need as well. So we make that, they just leave what they don't want, we'll take care of it.
In some situations, people, they want to be able to move from the house. They don't have obviously the money to make the repairs on the home, but they want to be able to move. They just don't have the money to move. Can you help them move out before the home sells?
Well, I like to tell them, I'll get you money for the move before the move.
Great.
Because they've got to either put a security deposit down on a rental, they've got to, maybe they're buying another home and they need this money for the down payment, they can't afford both payments, or they've got to relocate because of job or something like that, and that's where we can really come in and be of assistance, because we can close that transaction, get the cash profits in their pocket before they move, and it's a really helpful thing.
What should a seller know before they sign a purchase agreement with a buyer like yourself?
Well, first of all, there's no real estate agent commissions. There's no closing costs. I pay for all of those. But there's a big one out there. There's a lot of national buyers in the market, and even local buyers. And what they do is they'll put an offer on the property. Then they'll wait till closing to do a final inspection, and then they'll either pull out or try to reduce the buy price, leaving the seller in a bad position, either having to reduce or having to close and getting less profits. We had a 90-year-old man like that just a little while ago that called us in that situation. We were able to buy that house very quickly for him, and he didn't have to reduce his price. Something we do that's different than those national buyers, even local buyers that do that, is we do a pre-offer inspection before we do the offer, so we're guaranteed to close on the price that we say we're going to close on.
A lot of those guys, they end up, they put in the address, you give them some information, they give you a guesstimate, but they won't know until the inspector comes in. That's where you just get the inspection done right away.
We do.
Smart.
And then they know what they're getting at the closing table. I like to give them a net. Here's what you're going to receive. Purchase price, whatever, but here's what you're going to receive, and that's what we like to do.
Which is phenomenal. How do we get the ball rolling?
Well, call my office for a 24-hour, no obligation, hassle-free cash offer. We'll open up the escrow with a third-party title and closing company, so the seller is insured to get their cash profits. We sign a purchase agreement only after that pre-offer inspection is done, so that's really what gets the ball rolling. Just call our office and we'll make sure that those cash profits get to the seller, and I get clean title through a third-party title and closing company.
No question. Lathe, great job as always. Great having you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much. Hey, listen, Lathe Lavada, he can buy your home Quick and easy, guaranteed 24-hour cash offer. There's no obligation. Just give his office a call rather. It's 702-476-2000. You can visit his website as well. That's on your screen. First Prime Realty Group is a proud sponsor of the Morning Blend.